Just the other day, I was talking about how crazy it's been 11 years together with my wife now. And while we celebrated how amazing the journey was, we started chatting about how many common challenges we faced in the first couple of years. Like, I think a lot of people can relate to this, but I used to think that arguments were about fixing problems, convincing my partner I was right, making sure my side of the story landed. I'd withdraw or shut down when I was triggered, not even knowing that I was, not even knowing that I should voice it. I used to think that if I waited long enough or minimized the problem that she had, then eventually the problem would disappear. And if I didn't, then I'd lose patience and I'd emotionally unload, almost as if I didn't even know that I could take a breather to construct what I wanted to say. We were actually quite incredibly close to breaking up numerous times because we individually had like this checklist on each other. Like these resentment points that until it's addressed, apologized, or someone took accountability for it, it becomes like another attack that we can like bring into the next argument. And a really huge one that really hurt my identity as a man in the relationship was this sense of proactivity. I used to be this kind of guy that would just chill, don't worry so much. But what it ends up doing is making my partner do all the thinking, the proactive leadership, and feel unsafe in the relationship ultimately. Now, the first step to changing all this is admitting that these challenges exist. It's the only way that we can then figure out what to do and how to resolve it. But the interesting thing that a lot of people don't know about is once we heal the internal wounds and triggers, the solve for these challenges become pretty easy. Like, for example, fixing the problem is seeing her as the problem. Convincing my stance against hers is this unspoken expression of apathy, that I don't really care. The fix for it is nurturing her emotions first, and then see what she really needs. And by the way, this point alone resolved like 60% of the issues in the relationship. My triggers that made conversations break down and dysfunction, I healed my past wounds and how I personalized almost everything. And then by the end of the day, I realized how I didn't even need to put my defenses up at all. Once the former two challenges were resolved, I built the capacity and found the words to address tough conversations in a way calmer and safer method. And because I was unafraid of that, there is this sort of unspoken sign that I trusted my wife and our relationship. And of course, the last thing that I'm still learning, but trying to live every day, is to lead proactively. Not in the sense of like I'm the boss kind of way, and that I have to always be on my toes, but in a way that's just present. Not waiting to be told how to show up, but checking in, asking how she's feeling, noticing when she's carrying something heavy without being asked to. It's about leading and deciding together as partners instead of avoiding choices altogether. By the end of the day, love isn't about being perfect, it's about the journey. The growth, the discovery, the reflection together. I'm learning to show up as the kind of partner that I'm glad I've done so. And who knows, maybe that's what'll decide a 2-year date or a fulfilling ongoing marriage of 11 years.